Today, we're taking a closer look at a local pizza place in Deltona, Florida. It's called Italianos NY Pizza.
Right. And we've got a bunch of feedback, Yelp reviews, some stuff sent straight to them.
Exactly. And our mission really is to get past just, the star rating. We want to understand what the locals are actually experiencing.
Yeah, focusing on the big things.
Yeah.
The food quality, what kind of value you're getting, the feel of the place, the ambiance, and of course the service.
Okay, so let's jump in. What are these reviews telling us overall?
Well, first off, the overall Yelp score is 3.0 stars based on 131 reviews.
Which, okay, 3.0 isn't exactly glowing, is it? Makes you wonder.
It does. But then you dig into the actual comments and it gets, well, more complex. You see things like, this is our favorite pizza place where we live.
Yeah, and someone else flat out said, Italianos has the best pizza in Deltona.
Yeah.
Bell exclamation points and everything.
So right there, you see it's not clear cut. That 3.0 average is hiding some really strong opinions, both ways, presumably.
It really highlights how, a single number doesn't capture the whole story. People are having very different experiences.
Definitely. And that's what we're trying to unpack, those different perspectives on the food, the value, the atmosphere, the service.
Let's start with the main event, the food, specifically the pizza. Seems like a big focus.
It is. A lot of talk about the New York style pizza. One person actually said it's as close to NY Pizza as it can get.
Wow, that's quite a claim. High praise indeed.
It is. And people got specific. Someone loved the huge 22-inch meat lovers pizza, calling it incredibly delicious.
Huge and delicious. That hints at both quality and value, maybe?
Could be.
Yeah.
Size often plays into that value perception, for sure. If you like authentic NY style and big portions, that sounds promising.
And it wasn't just meat lovers. I saw phenomenal for the margarita with balsamic glaze.
Uh-huh. And good things about the pepperoni and just the classic cheese pizza, too.
But like that 3.0 suggests, it wasn't universal praise. We saw someone say the pizza was just normal.
Right. And they specifically mentioned the crust having a cardboard texture.
Oof. Cardboard. That's not what you want to hear about pizza crust.
No. And it makes you think, right, is it an off day? Is it inconsistency? What makes one person say cardboard and another?
Say it's the freshest, most delicious handmade crust that beats the chains. Because someone else said that.
Exactly. That contrast is striking. Cardboard versus fresh, handmade. It really points to maybe a consistency challenge.
Could be. Or just really different expectations for crust, I suppose. Oh, and the Bianca pizza got a nice mention too. Someone always adds pepperoni to it.
So pizza opinions are definitely varied, especially on the crust. But moving beyond pizza.
Yeah, what else? Garlic rolls seem popular. Mostly good comments, though one person said they were undercooked once.
Okay, a minor blip maybe? What about other entrees?
Lasagna and the Italian sub were called decent and good. Kind of, solid, but maybe not raves.
Fair enough. But some things did get raves, right?
Yeah, the chicken wings, especially with garlic sauce. People seemed really into those.
Wings can be a dark horse favorite at pizza places. Good wings are always a plus.
And listen to this. Best stromboli in town. That's a strong statement.
Very strong. Did they mention anything else about it?
Yeah, they added prices are reasonable, so best and good value, apparently.
Nice combo. Anything else stand out?
Definitely. The cheese calzone. One review called the small one huge and plenty to feed 3 adults.
Wow, a small feeds 3. That's serious value.
And so good, they said. Plus, the sausage parm hot sub was awesome and so filling. Eggplant parm got called fantastic.
Sounds like quite a few non-pizza items are hitting the mark. What about pasta?
One mention of fettuccine Alfredo, a self-proclaimed picky eater, called it the best Alfredo in Deltona. Their only wish was for a shrimp option.
Okay, so quite a range of food getting positive mentions. From pizza and wings to subs, calzones, and even pasta. The portion sizes sound impressive too.
Yeah, those comments about huge, feeding 3 adults, so filling. They really paint a picture of getting a good amount of food for your money.
Which brings us to price and value more directly. We don't have a menu, but...
Right, but we have clues, like that lunch special. 2 slices, a soda, extra toppings for $10. Described as very reasonable.
$10 for that sounds pretty good, yeah. Especially with toppings.
And again, that small calzone feeding 3 people definitely screams value.
It does. It seems like many customers feel they're getting a fair shake price-wise. That feeling of good value keeps people coming back.
Okay, so food quality is a bit mixed on the pizza crust, maybe, but lots of love for specific pizzas, wings, stromboli, calzones, And the value seems generally perceived as good. What about the place itself, the ambiance?
Ah, yes. Sounds like there's been a significant change there for the better.
Yeah, tell me more.
Reviews mention the updated interior being beautiful, modern, and welcoming, and very clean.
That's always good to hear. Clean and welcoming makes a big difference.
Absolutely. It elevates the whole experience, doesn't it?
Right.
Someone described the dine-in area as cozy. It has TVs plus a window where you can actually watch them making the food.
Oh, I like that. A little kitchen theater.
Me too. Another person said the atmosphere was great, mentioning booths, tables, TVs around. But importantly, the TV sound was low.
Good. So you can actually talk.
Exactly. Not interfering with conversation.
Yep.
And this seems to be a real step up. One local who knew the place before the new owner said, "Wow, what a beautiful place from what was before."
So a definite glow up for the dining room. That suggests the new owner is invested in the customer experience.
It certainly seems that way. If you care about having a pleasant place to sit and eat, the feedback is pretty positive on that front.
Okay, food, value, ambiance. What about the human side? Service.
Generally, pretty good reports here as well. Lots of positive descriptions.
Like what?
We saw excellent, always great, attentive, friendly, and helpful. One server, Stephanie, got a specific shout out.
Nice. Individual recognition usually means something went really right.
Agreed. And little things like a server refilling drinks without being asked that gets noticed and appreciated.
That proactive service, yeah, makes you feel looked after.
And the owner, Matt, apparently he's often there, greeting people, talking pizza. People seem to like that connection. Makes it feel more like a family place.
That personal touch from ownership can make a big difference. Builds loyalty.
For sure. This family loves and tends to their customers was one comment.
It wasn't all perfect, was it? I remember seeing a negative one.
Unfortunately, no, not all perfect. There was one really concerning review. Described the service as tired.
Okay, tired isn't great, but it happens. Was there more?
Yes, it got worse. The reviewer called it a horrific experience, claiming some elderly customers were treated rudely and actually told to leave.
Wow. That's really bad and totally contradicts the other comments.
It does. It's a jarring outlier. And it raises questions about consistency, doesn't it? Is it a one-off bad day or something more? It's hard to know, but it's definitely a red flag mentioned in the reviews.
Yeah, that's something potential customers would want to be aware of, even if most experiences are positive. Okay, so let's get practical. If someone wants to check this place out, the address?
It's 1229 Providence Boulevard, Suite H in Deltona, Florida. Zip code is 32725.
And a phone number?
Yep, area code 386-860-5688.
What about a website? Did we see one mentioned?
Not a specific .com address in the sources we had, but they definitely have a Yelp page, which seems pretty active.
Okay, so you can find info there.
Right. And they also use something called Pop Menu for people to submit reviews directly, so they clearly have some kind of online platform for interacting with customers. Just maybe not a traditional standalone website link easily found in these reviews.
Gotcha. Good to know there are online spots to look. What about hours?
Yelp has them listed. Monday through Thursday, it's 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Standard hours? Weekend?
Friday and Saturday, they stay open an hour later till 10 p.m. And Sunday, back to 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
And options for getting the food. Dine in, obviously, but...
They do delivery and takeout. And Yelp also says they take reservations, which might be useful sometimes.
Good options. Anything else noteworthy from the reviews or listings?
Yeah, two things. Yelp lists them as having many vegetarian options.
Yeah.
That's a big plus for a lot of people.
Definitely important info. And the second thing...
This was mentioned in a review, apparently. The restaurant is a big supporter of Volusia County students.
Oh, that's really nice. Giving back to the local community.
Yeah, it adds a nice dimension, doesn't it? Shows they're invested in the area beyond just business.
So let's try to wrap this up. Italianos, NY Pizza in Deltona. What's the bottom line from the local chatter?
It's definitely a place people are talking about. There seems to be a solid group of fans really passionate about the NY style pizza, the wings, the stromboli, those big calzones.
And they appreciate the updated, cleaner ambiance and the reasonable prices, seems like.
Exactly. Value seems strong. And service, for the most part, gets good marks with that friendly, attentive vibe, sometimes even from the owner.
But there are those inconsistencies we talked about.
Right. The pizza crust being cardboard to some and perfect to others is a big one. And that really troubling service incident stands out against the generally positive comments.
So it's not quite a slam dunk, maybe. There are definite highlights, but also some potential bumps in the road depending on the day, perhaps.
That seems like a fair summary based on these reviews.
Yeah.
Lots to like, especially if you hit it right, but maybe not perfectly consistent across the board.
Okay, so one last time for anyone thinking of trying it. Italianos NY Pizza, 1229 Providence Blvd, Suite H in Deltona. Phone is 386-860-5688. Check Yelp for hours, photos, more reviews.
Delivery, takeout reservations, vegetarian options available.
So, the final thought for you, our listener. We've heard the passionate fans and the cautionary notes. What explains that variance? Is it just the typical ups and downs of any restaurant, or something more specific? And if you walked in for the first time, what would your experience be? Maybe, just maybe, the only way to really know is to give it a try yourself. Thanks for diving deep with us today.